We promised the European Commission that we would build a front end using an API, application programmers interface, but the programmers interface itself isn't that exposed to the end user. But what they can see is the communicative platform, and they can see the app, and they also can see the plugin, the browser plugin. So actually there are 4 components, and there's one component below that, and well, that's what makes it possible to use the 3 components. The thing is about developing a plugin that you want it to be as generic as possible, that it can be used on, well, possibly all platforms that are running throughout this world. And that's one of the things we have to find, one of the puzzles we have to solve. And then of course we need to make a plugin or make software in such a way that it's appealing to the end user to use such a system. There are different levels in which this software can be used. Obviously, we want to come up with an API that's more something that web developers will use. So if a web developer wants to use the tools we've created for the AI for Debug project, then we should be able to give them the handles to work with our API. So that means ideally an API should be self-explanatory, but obviously it needs some guidance to go with that and some examples, and we're planning to build those. Well, first of all, I think that the tools we are building is one of the many tools that are being created these days. I think all of them, and especially ours, should be human-centered, human-centered design, and they should be appealing in such a way that it's logical to use these tools. And I obviously want that users are going to use the tool we are building, because I think it's a very good tool. But obviously, the process this world is going through, the digitalization of all we know up to this point, is at such a rapid pace that we should be able to help citizens of the European Union to grow into the new, so to say, world, and help them with tools, help them with things such as an API, or such as a better example, a browser plugin, to be able to keep on doing what they're doing, but with the extra that they can actually check whether something that's on their screen is actually true or not. With the tools we're building, we want to be able to make something that is appealing enough for any end user to use, to be able to see if something is real or not. So that means we have to work in close contact with social sciences to make sure that every step we're doing actually fits the end user. And the problem with this is that the end user is not one specific type, but the end user is, well, an expert user or a novice user. So how do we come up with a system that is able to accommodate all those groups?